Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Sophia. Good afternoon. Welcome to our live session today. So I'm saying we will just wait a few minutes for like 5 minutes for people to join the session. So I'll just be going through. I'm seeing some of our loyal live followers or watchers. I'm seeing Kayla Majek, Sophia Yomide. I'm seeing Jay-Z. I'm Marvin Lawal Sodiano. I'm seeing Michael Brow, Precious James. Yeah. Welcome to today's live session. So our live session today is about Canada. I know most of you are interested in studying in Canada at the moment. So for today's session, we'll be discussing mainly about Canada. And we have an important guest that will be joining us today. So I'll bring her up shortly. However, we'll just have to. Okay, just 1 minute. Thank you all for joining. I'm waiting. Accept. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine. Good afternoon. It's already 12 noon. My mind is still at
Yeah.
the morning. Okay. So, so we have a few people on the live now. I wanted us to wait for like a few minutes for others to join so we can proceed. Hi, everyone. You know me. My name is Alima Day from our prestigious Next Day Concept Limited. So today we are going to be discussing studying in Canada. Okay, I know we all have plans for 2025. We have people that are interested already to study in Canada for 2025 intake. So today we have one of our prestigious university rep with us. Okay, so we'll just give her a moment to introduce herself so that we'll get acquainted with her. All right, so Precious, you can go ahead. Can you just tell us a little bit your name, the university you represent, and we'll continue from there.
Thank you so much. My name is Precious Chizomakumefile, and I am the university representative for International Business University Toronto, also known as IBU Toronto, yeah,
Yeah.
which is a business university located right in the heart of downtown Toronto. And yes, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Thank thank you. So I don't know if we got the name of the university, International Business University. Okay. So I know most of us that are here must have heard about the university. Okay. They're one of the top schools in Canada.
Yeah.
And we are opportune. I would say we are privileged to have their rep. Yeah, she'll be giving us information, insights about the university.
Yeah.
So please, as our culture, while the session is going on, please, if you have questions or concern, you can just put them in the comment section. And she is here. You have the representative here. She's here to answer all your questions. Okay, and I can bet you that University IBU is one of the best universities you can apply for. Okay, so can you tell us a bit about IBU, International Business University, and then what set them apart from other Canadian universities? We are aware that we have a lot of universities in Canada, but right now we're talking about IBU. So can you tell us about the university and what set them apart from others?
All right. Thank you very much. IBU is International Business University, a business university
Mhm.
located in downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, IBU is a private, not-for-profit business university. It's an independent, homegrown university, the first of its kind, and it's also known as the next generation business university. Looking at how the curriculum is designed and structured, and looking at how the learning outcomes are projected. right? So
Okay.
IBU is also, I would say, one of the fastest growing business universities right now, and IBU is one of the five universities that we have in Toronto,
Okay.
right? We also we are a designated learning institution. If you want to know what that means,
Yeah.
that's yeah,
That's
yeah. That means that we have the approval to enroll international students on our campus, right? And we also have the PGWP eligibility for our programs, either for our bachelor's program or for our master's program. So I think we can kick off with this introduction, right? Yes.
yeah, of course. That's I think with this, they're already aware of the university, what the university stands for, and what distinguishes it from other universities. Okay, so what does this university have to offer international students that are looking at studying in Canada?
All right. So for International Business University, one unique thing about us is the way our programs are designed. Our business program also have the specialization focus on them. So any student that is coming into, I hope I'm not getting disconnected right now from the network.
Yeah, I think so. But I think we can hear you
All
now. Yeah,
right.
so
All
we
right.
can
So
push.
just to continue. So any student
Yes.
that is coming in to study at IBU is going to be equipped, right, the right skills and quality business education to set them apart and prepare them at least to get into the Canadian workforce. So the unique thing
Okay.
about us is our program. That's one of the things that sets us aside. Our program are innovation focused, they are student focused, and they're also career centered. Right? They are projected to help students um, gain good experience and skills to enter the Canadian job market. So all our programs
Okay.
are coming with specialization so that the students can focus and can align their goals and their values towards the learning outcome. For example, our bachelor's program is uniquely
Yeah.
designed for students who want to take a specialization in either business management or digital marketing and sales, or
Yeah.
international management and technology, or information technology management. These are some of the specializations we have. They are independent, separate programs, but they focus in these specializations. And if you look at, these are some of the things that employers are looking for,
I'm
people
looking
who have
for,
these
yeah,
skills
that's
to
true.
offer, right?
Yeah.
Because the world is changing, right?
Yeah.
Technology, innovation, entrepreneurship. So our world has evolved digitally. So people are, seeking skills that would help them become more digitally fluent and help them become more of an innovative thinker, more of a creative person, someone who can be able to solve most of the challenges we have. So
That
we
they're
are
having. Yeah.
positioning our programs, yes, to help our students to be able to solve business, solve problems within the business context, because everything is a business. Whether you own a
Of
company
course.
or you
Or
run
not.
a non, even an NGO,
Everything is
is actually
transactional, yeah.
everything is a
Yeah,
business.
that's true.
Yes. So we understand that the world operates under a business, you know, forum. The world is a large business hub, right? So the ability to gain the right skills to
It's important.
succeed and become a leader in the business world is what we are in our students to become. So that's one thing that makes IBU stand apart. That sets us apart. The way our curriculum is designed, our student support, our community diversity, which
Okay.
we are proud of, right? So currently we have, you know, over over 25 different nationalities. Over the numbers even doubled in the last student intake. Yes,
Yeah, we can
people from
attest to
different
that.
backgrounds. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So you can see that students are coming into a community, a place where there is diversity, inclusion, and they are welcome, they are loved, they are accepted, and then they are helped
Oh,
to succeed in their academic and career journey. So the community at IBU is one thing that sets us apart. IBU is big on student support. The way our curriculum is designed with specializations, um, uh, attending to the present needs and even the future
yeah.
needs of the
Yeah.
global workforce. It's one thing that students should, keep an eye on. And also, I would say the location of IBU is very unique because
Mm-hmm.
it is, located in Toronto. And a lot of people have said a lot of things about Toronto, like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of news about Toronto. Oh, it's expensive. Oh, don't come to Toronto. You can hear anything on the media, right? But always know that would I say anywhere where the demand is more, the supply is higher. Would I say that way? Because
Mm-hmm.
if you are studying in Toronto, you have a lot of advantages. You have a lot of benefits. You have a lot of things that you're exposed to. See, Toronto is it's a very big city. It's a metropolitan city, right?
Yeah.
Because of a lot of infrastructure, business infrastructure, whether in the corporate world, multinationals, businesses, e-commerce, whatever.
They're all situated there.
Most of them have their infrastructures, their locations in
Yeah.
Toronto. Big banks, huge hospitals. I mean, big hospitals, big brands also. These
Mm-hmm.
are lots of, they are situated usually in Toronto. And this means that IBU students are presented with that unique opportunity to feel the vibrancy that the city has to offer in terms of employment. There's very
Employment. Yeah.
opportunities for them, right?
Yeah.
In terms of employment, in terms of networking opportunities, because where you have these big brands, big companies located, it's going to be very, very, I would say, easily accessible. You can access business leaders, right?
Yeah.
Easy to network. You can go out and meet somebody who has, who is a professional or who is an employer. It's easy to connect with people, right? Because that's the way the city is. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of businesses, it's just like the New York of Canada, right? So,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you're living in New York, you have a lot of opportunities, right? So that's the way Toronto presents that opportunities to international students. Do we want to talk about the minimum wage? What you earn in Toronto is far higher than what you would probably be
And
earning in other
another program. Okay.
even for
I think that's a
other
good one.
streams.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Even for other roles like IT, the minimum wage
Mm-hmm.
is even higher. So even as of
Higher.
now, minimum wage is around 17,020 Canadian dollar per hour, right? Which
Wow.
might not be the same for other provinces. So there is opportunity in Toronto. There is opportunities in Toronto, and that's why our main campus is strategically located right in the heart of downtown Toronto. So our students can also feel the vibrancy and be exposed to all these opportunities.
Wow. Yeah, thank you so much. As in, if I'm a student here on this live and I'm listening to you speak passionately about this university, I'll just rush to their website already. Start checking about the school, start making, check on the course I'll be interested in, check on the course content and all of that. Because she has given you basic points for you to look out for. So that basic other things you look out for while looking to study in Canada, the course you're going for, the university, how comfortable the environment will be for you. As an international student, you're going into a new space. Imagine you're traveling from here to another local government. You know how different it will be. But how much more you leaving your country to another country. Okay. You know how comfortable it would be for them to accept you and then you start studying your program. So she has actually explained all of this, and I hope someone here is already thinking, because I'm already thinking myself. Someone is already interested. Okay, so what intake are available for next year at IBU?
All right. Thank you very much. So for IBU, we run 3 intakes every year. We run
Oh, okay.
the winter intake, which is January. We run the May intake, which is summer, or you want to call it spring. Then we run the fall intake, which is September.
Which is
So
September. Okay.
currently,
So
for
January.
2025, we are projected 2025. We already know that January is probably out of it. So students can
Okay.
be looking at
Yeah.
enrolling for the May intake or the September
And
intake. Yes.
yeah. So I'll come in here. Yes, that's true. So for the reason why you can't go for January is because for Canada you have a lot of things to prepare for. You
Yeah.
also understand that you need to provide a 4 to 6 month bank statement. Yes. So all of that needs to be projected in while undergoing your study plan or while preparing for your study plan. Okay. So can you tell us a bit about the courses available at the university?
Thank you so much. So I'll start with the Bachelor of Commerce program.
Yeah.
We have the Bachelor of Commerce and the MBA, Master of Business Administration. I'll start with the Bachelor of Commerce program. The
Yeah.
Bachelor of Commerce program, we have 4 specializations. a student can decide to choose any specialization depending on their career goals or what they want to, get out of it in the future. For the Bachelor of Commerce specializations, we have business management,
Okay.
sales and marketing, international management and technology, and information technology management. That's for the
Okay.
undergraduate Bachelor of Commerce program.
All right.
We do not have diploma programs and we do not have PhD programs at the moment. Now, moving on to the MBA program, that's the Master of Business Administration. We all know how high in demand MBA programs have become to be these days, right?
Yeah.
Even like
The hot cake.
when you take a MBA, it's a high of masters, right? So the MBA program is a very great one for our graduate students who have a bachelor's degree, and there are about four specializations that we have in it, including an MBA general. So I'll go to the specialization. We have the specialization in global business management, MBA in global business management. We have the specialization MBA in technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. We also have the MBA specialization in financial and management analytics. And then we have the MBA specialization in information systems management, more oriented, right? So these are the programs that we have
Available. So amongst this program, which of them do you feel, as a representative, which of them do you feel is the most sought after course? Because I actually understand that for a client that is interested in studying, you have to go with a course that relates with your academic or professional background. However, we just want to know which of this course is what you've seen more people put in application for.
If I say that, then what will happen to the other programs?
Yeah.
It's just
You just want to know which course is, I understand which course is most sought after. Like, we understand that if you don't have the background in it, you can't submit an application. Yeah, we understand that part.
Okay, to answer that question, I'll tell you one thing. I'll talk about our first program, like when we started our inaugural program. So that's how I'll answer your question. For the MBA, our inaugural program was the MBA with specialization in technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. That was the first program we launched when we started our recruitment for IBU. And that was, I would say that's one of the fastest selling, right? And then later in the year, we got approvals for other programs. We had the global business management specialization came on board, financial and management analytics came on board, and then we also have information systems management, which also came on board. And if you ask me, I think all the programs are actually unique, have their uniqueness, right? I wouldn't say one program is better than the other, but they have their uniqueness, and it's best for the students to go with a program that aligns with their background or where they're going to. It's not about how the program sounds or how no, we don't want to do that. We want to work with your vision, your goals, right? Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I think you answered that question perfectly the way I would have answered it too. Okay. I think I was actually answering it, but just let's give her to say, because it will be nice if we say one course. Yeah. If we say one course is the course that is most sought after, people will be like, maybe that's the one I want to put it. But no, you have to progress with something that matches your academic and professional background, both during the application process and also during the visa stage. Okay. Especially something if you are someone that is looking at progression. All right, so we're now at one of the important parts of this segment, which I know most people on this line are interested in, which is scholarship. Yeah. So we'd like to know, what are the offerings? What scholarships are available? Scholarship discounts that are available for international students. I don't want to go locally because domestic students, no. We're looking at international students. What are the scholarships that are available for us or the clients that are interested in studying at IBU?
Thank you so much. I understand the benefits of scholarship for international students. I mean, anytime you want to go abroad to study, even if you have all the money in the world, one thing that will always stand out for you is, what can the university do for me to give me a discount or to provide some kind of subsidy, to help me. Whenever you see that there's a scholarship, it appeals more to international students. So we at IB, we take that into account, we take that in mind. And again, we're working for the interest of the students too. For our bachelor's program, that's our undergraduate program, we have a scholarship available, especially for international students, African students. they
Okay.
can get up to 18,000 Canadian dollar scholarship. If you
Oh,
are an
wow.
African student, depending on the country you are, as long as you are African, you can access up to
Yeah.
18,000 bursary, like upfront. It's going to be prorated from your total tuition across all the semesters,
Okay.
right? So that's one thing that we have. That's for scholarship for bachelors, and there is no separate application to these. Students are not asked to submit a different kind of score, to qualify or to be eligible. It's just something that we are using. We are trying to give back to the students and encourage them to also chase their dreams, right? Then for the
Okay.
MBA students, we have bursary. We have a bursary that was recently announced last
Okay.
month. Um, the
Oh,
bursary
wow.
is known as the IBU Change a Life Bursary, and
Okay.
it's a life-changing bursary. So
Yes.
the
We are
IBU Change
interested. Is there an amount to the bursary?
yes. So
Okay.
the IBU Change a Life Bursary is actually targeted for students under United Nations least developed countries, right? So
Nigeria's
we
part.
have a lot of countries in that. Yes, we have a lot of countries under that list, and we have also included
Okay.
Nigeria, Ghana,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Kenya, even though they are not on that list, but we have included them so that they can also partake, and
that's
be,
wonderful.
yes, they can partake. And the bursary award is 5,000 Canadian dollars. Imagine taking 5,000 out of your total
Wow.
MBA fees. That's
Wow. Okay.
a lot, right?
Wow. That's a lot. And thank you to IBU University for this wonderful bursary that you've made available
Yes,
for international students.
yes. I'm sorry, and also just to add, the bursary that we have, the Change a
Mm-hmm.
Life Rate is actually time bound because
Okay.
the motive of creating that bursary is to encourage people to submit their study permit um, before the 31st of December, right? So that we understand the policies are changing, and looking into 2025, our graduate students, the master students, will probably be needing the provincial attestation letters. So for students that are going to be
Okay.
studying they are going to be submitting their study permits between the November 26th to December 31st, they can be eligible for that bursary, no matter the intake they are going for. 5,000 off their tuition is prorated across the semesters. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that to qualify for this scholarship, you must have gotten an offer, you must have started your visa already, and then you submit your visa page during this period.
No, just to correct,
Okay.
um,
Okay. Please
you
do.
must not have gotten your visa. Just, I mean, submitting your visa, putting in the
Okay.
visa.
Submitted.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you're
That's
going to be
perfect.
submitting without a provincial attestation letter, right? So it's just
Mm.
you're getting two things now. You're
Okay.
submitting without the provincial attestation letters, and then you're submitting and being eligible for the bursary. So that's two things that we're giving out for our students.
Okay. All right. That's lovely. That's lovely.
Yeah.
All right. So even if the student is going for, for now we are looking at people that are going for January or May. So even if the client is going for September, would there be another option for them then during that period? Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So thank you so much for um sharing more light on the scholarship that are available at IBU. So we'd like to know what is the application turnaround time once someone submits an application, a client submits an application at IBU.
All right, thank you for that question. So we understand the importance of, the entire application journey, and we want to ensure that we have maximum student success, and that the experience that our partners and students are getting are top notch. So our
Okay.
turnaround time, is between 48 hours, 48 to 72 hours after we have received the complete submission of all the documents, all the application documents. Once we've gotten that, or there's nothing pending from the side of the students or from the partners, then yes, we can um, provide a decision around that time. So a turnaround time is not usually a problem. Recently, we have worked on improving our turnaround times, and yes, the experience is better now with IBU.
Okay. So what are the required application documents
All right.
for
Um.
both
So
the
depending on
bachelor's and the master's?
yeah, Yeah, so depending on which program that you're going for, because to put in an application, you need to, most of the time we have an exclusive partnership with Applyboard and work with all our Applyboard partners. So if you're going to be putting in your application, for example, Nexi, that is, you have your own benefits as a student coming in through Nexi, the host of this live section. Uh, the documents that you may want to look at if you're going for bachelor's, it's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be sure that you have your final grade 12 equivalent. For Nigerian
Okay.
market, I can say it WAEC or NECO or the GCE or A levels. Any of these exams that the student is actually providing can be accepted. So if
Okay.
they're using their WAEC or NECO or GCE, then they should make sure that they also have the verification pins, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so for other markets like Kenya or Ghana or Zimbabwe, whatever translates to their own final grade 12 for bachelor's would be accepted. In addition to a valid international passport, right? And that's they're good to go with these two documents. For most African nationalities, we do not require the English language proficiency scores. So things like
Oh.
yeah, for for Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, most Anglophone countries, we do not require the English language score, except the native Francophone countries. Then we can ask, we are flexible around that, but we can ask and then at least can submit with Duolingo 105 overall. So moving away from the bachelor's, I want to talk about the MBA application checklist, because most of the people watching this live probably are graduate students.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
you're expected to have your bachelor's degree. Remember, I mentioned that you need to have the bachelor's background before you can even think about studying, the MBA programs. So you need to have your
Mm-hmm.
bachelor's degree, certificate, and the transcript as well. At the time of application, you need to have a concise and up-to-date your resume. You
Okay.
also need to, if you're working, let's say you have more than 3 years of work experience, you need to provide a work experience letter. And a work experience letter just basically means that you need to get an official letter from your organization where you're currently working,
Yeah.
attesting and verifying your experience with them. What you're doing, what roles you're handling when you join the company, just a brief letter, right, like that. I think in Nigeria it's synonymous to the employee reference letter, something like that can suffice.
Yeah.
Yes. But if you have a business, you're an entrepreneur, you can provide a copy of your business registration certificate. We can accept that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for working professionals. Why for fresh graduates? We will not be asking you to provide any kind of work experience because we're not expecting you to have that. Sure,
Yeah.
we can we can take the at least one academic reference letters from them. Yeah. Then I think the additional, these ones are not usually, this is not our general requirements, but they are depending on the situation of the student. Say a student have like 10 years working experience, sorry, 10 years study gap, I'm sorry. If they
Okay.
have 10 years study gap, then we would require them to provide a statement of purpose. If they have more than 10 years study gap, they will
More
need
than
to
10 years.
yeah,
Okay.
they need to provide a statement of purpose. And if a student have a previous master's degree, right, then they also need to provide a statement of purpose. These are the two categories of
Mm-hmm.
students that would require a statement of purpose. For the rest, they are good to go with all the documents I have
Oh
mentioned.
wow. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So thank you, and I'm sure the application process is actually very easy.
Yeah.
You can see statement of purpose is not required unless you have of a specific, yeah, a specific client. Okay, and then it's just straightforward. And I can attest to you that if you're processing your application through Nexi Concept Limited, your application is easy peasy. Because first of all, we already understand the application process for IBM. So I'm just letting you know the required documents, and then you are submitting that, and your application will kick off as easy peasy. Okay, so you're coming to professionals. Next is your number one plug. All right, so let's go to deadlines because most people feel I have all the time. Maybe because it's May. May is we've not even entered the new year. We have May. May is like in April. So we have like 5 or 6 months ahead of us for May, right? So most people feel maybe I would have to wait. I can take my time. I don't need to start now. So we'll be hearing from the rep on what to do or the deadline to expect for each of these intakes. So thank you, please.
Thank you. Okay, so the deadlines, really, it depends again, because usually the university might give deadlines. Okay, say for January, they can say deadlines from November ending for January, but here in Nigeria or in West Africa, where the visa processing timelines are huge, we are not
Of
going
course.
to be focusing on that deadline because we have different processing timelines. So I usually advise prospective students that if you want to study, for example, in May 2025, you should start the application today, 6 months before. You see? Because visas can take any time from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7 months, depending. So, except you don't have any plans of meeting up that intake, right? But if you really want to meet up your intake, you should start 6, 8 months before that time. We are flexible. We, as an institution, very flexible when it comes to admissions. You apply even late, close to the intake, 2 months to the intake. As long as the seats are not yet filled up, they can still take it, because once the seats are filled, they can, the deadlines are giving out. I usually are very close to the intake. But because this is Africa, this is West Africa, you need to understand our visa processing timelines. That's why it's very important to apply early. Start early. So start early to apply. That's what I can say.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, so I think you've just taken the words out of my mouth too. You need to start early when it comes to Canada. You need to start as early as you can. Even those that are interested in September intake, I would still advise you start now.
That's now, yeah.
Start now. When you're interested in Canada, you start as soon as you're ready. And once you're coming to us, we would advise you on the appropriate intake to apply for. All right. Okay, so I know most people are also concerned. This is an MBA program, MBA specialized program that are available at IBU. They want to understand if interview are being conducted before a student is being given a place at the university.
So now currently we don't have that kind of arrangement or structure in place, because well, we take the admissions team, the admissions committee are taking a holistic approach to review each student's application individually. So before you even get admission, they've looked at your documents and seen that you qualify or you don't qualify. And if they feel like you still need to provide additional documents to satisfy your admission requirements, they are going to send you a conditional offer instead and indicate the documents you need to provide. So our admissions committee, they do a whole lot of hard work. They take in the time to review every application case by case to ensure that we pick out the quality students. So the arrangement for interview is not really in place at the moment, because our admissions committee are taking up things ahead to ensure that we have quality applications coming into IB. Yeah.
All right, no problems. Thank you so much for the explanation. So what are the conditions to be met by a student before they can get an offer letter, and how soon should they be expecting an offer letter once they've submitted the application?
All right, so the conditions to be met before you get a letter of acceptance. Well, if you get an offer of admission from IBU, I would say congratulations first. That's step one. And you check your offer letter really thoroughly, right? And be sure that there are no outstanding conditions. If there are conditions mentioned, if the university wants you to provide additional documents, it's going to be mentioned. If they want you to take a bridging course, like just to gain more fundamental knowledge of business, they are going to mention. They're going to provide links to these courses. If they want you to take some pre-master's courses just to prep your mind for MBA, they are going to mention it, right? So once you look at it and there are no conditions, you always be asked to pay a tuition deposit, right? And once you make the payment of your tuition deposit, and if you feel any condition that is asked, if there are no conditions, it's fine. You see it not applicable if there are no conditions. But once you do that, you pay your tuition deposit, you're going to receive your final letter of acceptance from the university that you have been accepted to. And then you can proceed to begin your study permit applications.
Okay. Thank you so much. So what's the tuition fee, the average tuition fee for the undergrad and postgrad? And what's the tuition fee deposit?
Okay, for undergrad per year average is 13,850 at the moment, and with
Okay.
the so in the first year, most times students will get around 11,850. Again, it's because of the scholarship, right? So if you compare that,
Okay.
that's
That's
hugely
a
affordable.
lot.
Like, yes,
Mhm.
looking at the location and the grade thing. So because of the scholarship, I'm giving you this fees relatively because of the scholarship, right? And then
Okay.
for the master's program, the yearly fee, because you're going to pay in 2 years, although the program can be completed in 16 months duration. So the yearly fee is 17,850 Canadian dollars currently, which is also way subsidized. Now, if the student is receiving the bursary, you do the math and see that it's much more subsidized.
The benefits, yeah, of course. All right. So
Yeah.
is there any payment? Okay, the deposits. Did you mention the deposit? Oh, it's
Okay,
not.
so for the deposit, it's usually 50%. Can you hear me?
Okay, 50% of the deposit is required.
50% of the yearly fee is required.
Yearly fee is required. Okay, is there any payment on enrollment?
On enrollment, no.
Mm-hmm.
At the time that you get your offer and you pay your deposit, you have fulfilled your first year tuition fee. So the deposit is actually your first year tuition fee, which is 50% of
Of the entire fee.
1 year. Yeah.
Okay. So would the clients be, what's the installment plan like after they've paid the 50% before arrival? What's the payment plan, the subsequent payments? How would the
The
payment be made?
subsequent payment is depending on you're paying semester wise, right? So the first
Okay.
deposit you paid is just to cover your first semester, so that when you come back, you don't have to bother about paying another
All that.
tuition fee for first year.
Yeah.
So once you have
I can tell
completed
you
each
that's the
semester,
best actually.
yes, once you have completed it, you come on campus, you sort out other things, not really tuition, right?
Yeah.
And subsequently, we are flexible at let's say second semester you pay your second semester fees, and you can even allow up to 3 months, 3 times installments, sorry, 3 times installments
Okay.
for per semester wise, right? So the
Oh,
university
okay.
is flexible when it comes to paying your tuition fees, just to put this out there, right? So the next tuition fees are semester wise, not year wise, so term by term, right? So if it's
Okay.
MBA and you're to pay 8,925 per semester, that's what you're going to pay, except the fees are increased, right? So that's how it is.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the accommodation that are available? If there's an
Yeah,
accommodation
definitely.
provided by the school,
Okay.
and if not, what are the accommodation around the school that one can apply for as an international student?
We have partnership with some external housing
Okay.
providers who have accommodation residence halls and facilities for our students outside the campus. We don't have on-campus accommodation,
Okay.
right? So we do that with our partners that provide external housing like Force A, Dream House, Harrington House.
Okay.
Those are some of our partners, right? These accommodation are usually like Force A, for example, is 10 minutes commute away from the IBU, and using public transport, of course, is 30 minutes commute, half an hour commute away from the campus. So these accommodation options depends from bed spacing. There are bed spacing, there are shared apartments, studio apartments, one room, a bedroom apartments, depending on the preferences, and that's how the rates are. But usually they are usually subsidized, so students can budget anything around 500 to 750 Canadian dollars per month
That's
for the
okay.
accommodation options, yeah, for shared apartments and things like that. But then, like I said, it depends on the preference, the type of
Of
facilities
the
you're
yeah,
looking
of
for.
course.
That will
Yeah.
determine how much you pay. And all the facilities come with the unique, they come with a lot of things like Wi-Fi, gym, things to just make the students really comfortable throughout their study stay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for answering that beautifully. So, what kind of support does IBU give to students that are done with their program?
Yes, so we have the career services at IBU, and the career
Mhm.
services are it's actually this department is set up to enable students to be employable, to help them to be job ready. From the point where you're an IBU student, the career services department will send you a mail for a mock interview, right, to make you job
Okay.
ready. They will help you with your CV reviews, cover letters. They also have this 24 speaker series where they invite entrepreneurs and industry leaders to speak to the students. So they are there to support. That's one of the huge support that we give our students, right? So there's a team dedicated for, employability and job readiness for students, right? So that's what we have.
Thank you so much. So what's the postgraduate work permit available for anyone studying in IBU?
I'm trying to get the question. If we have that.
Yes.
Yes, we do. I mentioned it. Yes, of course, I did mention that. And for those joining us, yes, we have postgraduate work permit eligibility, not only for our MBA programs, but also for our bachelor's program. So all the BCom programs with specialization also have that eligibility. Yes, we have that.
All right. Thank you. So at this moment, we are done with some of the questions that we might want to know about the university. So I'll just go through the chat. I'm seeing some questions here from our listeners. Okay, so I'll just read one. So if you have questions or concern, this is a moment for you to type them into the comment section so you can have our response to them. Okay, so someone asked how much is the tuition deposit fee. So I think she has answered that already. Or do you want to answer it again?
Yeah. Depending on what that student is asking, he's asking for MBA. I mentioned it. Currently it's at 8,925, which covers the first semester fee. For the bachelor's with scholarship is at 5,925, which covers the first semester fee. So these are the deposits. Again, that's what it is for now, except the fees go change. And if we do increase the fee, we are going to communicate the same. But currently this is what we have. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Swim Experts is asking, can an HND
All right. So going back to your question, if a HND graduate can apply for MBA, I wouldn't say that's actually what we accept right now, because the HND would translate to an advanced diploma, which is not a prerequisite for MBA programs.
So the next question was, can someone with a third class apply for a master's program in IBU?
Okay, so can someone with a third class apply?
With a third class, yeah.
Now, third class usually would be below requirements. For IBU, I've just mentioned spell out what we require for it. We would accept a minimum of 60%, 60% overall at bachelor's degree, plus at more than 3 years of work experience. That's if you're from Africa region. Although there will be some flexibility. If a student, can demonstrate strong managerial or leadership experience, then we can possibly review on a case-by-case basis.
On a case-by-case basis, okay.
That's how it is, yeah.
All right, so it's not as if it's an automatic offer.
No.
So it's going to be based on your managerial work experience. Is that correct?
Exactly.
And yeah, it's also on a case-by-case basis. That's awesome. That's awesome. So that means there is hope. Simply means there is hope for students with third class. Okay, you just need to meet their level of requirement to apply. So what advice, finally, this might actually be our final question for you. What would be your advice to students that are looking to come into Canada for 2025? So from January, May, September, what's your advice for them?
So I would say that students who are coming to study in Canada, I think for you're looking at something futuristic, because before students can decide to choose Canada as their preferred study destination, it means that student is looking at something futuristic. Because the truth is, you can really not go wrong with Canada, right? If you have your plan, you know what you're doing, and with the way Canada has evolved in terms of quality of education and opportunities over the years, we've seen that evolution and that progression. That's a very good, opportunity for international students, especially African students. So I would say that you are coming to a place where you get value for your money. In the long run, in the long run, right, the pathway to permanent residency and citizenship and all that with Canada, there's a clearer pathway, especially for people who are, studying, coming to study route, or there's a clearer pathway. So if you're looking at that too, it's futuristic, right? It's a decision for a student. So that's something you can also look at. Secondly, the kind of quality education you will get in Canada is world class right now. It's world class. Wherever you present that certification or that degree, you stand out, right? Whether you come back to your home country, and in fact, I'm someone that would always say for African students, I believe that African students going to Canada is a plus for us.
Okay.
For example, in Nigeria or in Africa as a whole, and it means that the students are going to, the learning outcome will be impacted back to the home country, and this also creates economic value for us. So I think of migration as also economic value, right? Um, and then coming down to you cannot go wrong with IBU, right? I did mention this previously, but in terms of employment opportunities, I'm proud to also say that, looking at
Mm-hmm.
the stats we had for our last graduate, the recently graduated
Yeah.
MBA student, we got up to like 100% placement for our students, and
Wow.
that's a huge breakthrough, right? And
That's huge.
yeah, yeah. That means that we are on the right track. We're on the right track, and we are working towards maintaining that track record. So, international students watching this live, IB is one school that you can't go wrong with. And for more information, you want to start
Wow.
your application, don't wait. We have the amazing and esteemed team at Nexi Concepts. They're here to guide you. they have the office.
Concepts.
You can reach out to them, right? They're very amazing and supportive. So you can start your journey with them, start your IBU journey with them, and I truly wish you all the best in the coming year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Precious. Thank you. And I love the fact that you mentioned Nexi.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there is a glitch still.
Oh, oh,
Can you hear
how
me?
about now? Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear
you
you
can hear me now.
perfectly. Perfect.
Oh, okay. All right. So I said I love the fact that you mentioned Nexi, and then this is to show you all on the call that Nexi is your one sure bet, one sure plug when it comes to studying abroad.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have questions or concern, please put them in the comment section for us to attend to them. So I have one question here. So you're saying which intake? That's for Morgan 21. Said which intake is available for France? I don't know if it's a mistake, but today's session is for IBU. So are you trying to say which intake is available for IBU? So let me just assume that's the question. However, if it's not, if you're looking at getting information regarding France, you would have to send us a DM and then a counselor will reach out to you. However, for today's session, we are talking about IBU, International Business University. So I don't know, I think maybe she made a mistake. Let's just assume she made a mistake with the France and the IBU. So can you just give us the intake that are available again? I don't think I saw her during the first session. So she wasn't there to get when you mentioned it the first time. Hi, Precious. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm here. Funny enough, on my own end,
Oh, okay.
everything just seems bright
Everything
and
is bright. All right. So I'm saying maybe we can take the intake available for IBU again for Morgan 21.
oh, sure, definitely. So, hi Morgan. For IBU, the available intake is May and September 2025. So yes, you can start your application journey towards it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. So for now, we do not have any other question. However, if you're interested in starting your application now, or you have questions, you have inquiries to make regarding Canada, please send us a DM, okay, and we would answer you appropriately. Okay, so you've heard from our prestigious representative from IBU today, and she has given us a lowdown on the financial implication, the scholarship that are available, what IBU has to offer us as an international student if you're looking at studying with them, the benefits we stand to gain, which I, from my own point of view, are a lot. Okay, so I understand that as an international student, one of the things you're looking out for when you're going to study abroad is you need to have a soft landing, okay, and then also what's next after your studies. And IBU has made this very possible. I think she also mentioned here that their recent graduates, they almost all have jobs, if I'm correct, Precious.
Yes.
Almost all of them have gotten jobs at the moment. So this should help you understand how valuable the lookout for students that are out of the university or graduates that are out of the University of International Business
International business.
University. Yeah, you need to, that's to show you how important they are, and also their curriculum. I would advise actually for people that are interested in IBU, go and search online, go to their website, search online, search online for the particular course you're interested in, and then go through their course content, and you would understand that you're getting value for what you're making payments for. Okay, they also have flexible payment plan after you've paid your deposit fee, and then a whole lot. The application process is very flexible. I can attest to you as someone that submits application to universities. I can attest to you that the application process is easy. Okay. However, you need to get the right documentation, which is something we can help you with. We'll prep you, put in the application, you get your offer, and then we'll see you in Canada. So I don't know if you have any closing remark, Precious, that you want to tell us or you want to say before we close for today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
Always excited.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh my God, I don't know why the network is always like this. Any day I want to do it,
But I can hear you. And
all
I
right,
think,
thank
I
you
don't
for
know.
that.
Can we all confirm?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for everyone who came on this live, everyone who asked questions, everyone who is a part of this. I just want to say thank you, and I really want to see that you succeed and a very successful new year in 2025. Right? Um, I wish you all the best, especially success in your IBU applications. Yes. So thank you so much, Nexi team, for having me. You are the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye, everyone.